So for the letters, I will be using a paper piecing pattern by Patch and Dot called the Black Letter Alphabet. I will be using both the uppercase and the lowercase letters. So most of the letters are on a single piece of paper, but some of the letters, such as this one, which is the lowercase r, are split onto two pieces. So what you'll need to do for the paper piecing is piece each piece individually, and then there's these little asterisks on this one. And once everything's all sewn together, you will line those up to stitch the two pieces together. Now, if you've never done paper piecing before, it could be a little confusing. So if you look at this, the R are these pieces with the dark dots, and it's backwards. And that's because you're going to sew everything with your fabric on the back side of the paper with the right side of the fabric facing out. So I'm going to start with a larger piece here, and this is piece one. It's helpful to have a light box so you can see through the paper, but I'm just going to use a little bit of glue to secure a piece of fabric to cover fully that piece one outline plus a 1/4 inch. So now that that is all covered, I'll just take a straight edge just to make a little crease along that line in between piece one and piece two. And we're going to fold that back. Then we're going to trim a 1/4 inch. And now we need to put our piece down for piece two, which does not have the dark spot, so that's background. And what you want to do, so sometimes I'll hold my finger, here is where the point of that shape comes to. And when I align it with the piece that's underneath, you just want to make sure it's fully covered. So I'm going to line up my 1/4 inch, unfold the paper, and then stitch right along that line. Okay, so we've stitched in between those two pieces. Now we can flip this over and press this down. So it's handy to have like a mini iron, or even while you're paper piecing, just a seam roller works great. So that's piece one and two. Next is piece three. So again, we're going to fold that back and trim. Now piece three is fairly skinny. So again, I'll just take a scrap and I'll hold my fingers about where it needs to be. Line up those edges, unfold, and stitch. And I will just continue around following the number order, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then I will piece the upper part as well in the same manner. And now we need to join these together. And now we can take the letter and add it to the rest of them. Now I just need to remove all of the papers and I can give it a good press, and then we'll be ready to move on to the next step of the quilt.